Why are white people so happy? Walking around, always smiling. Hey Chuck. Hey Diffie. Mwah. Mwah. Make me sick, man. Black folks down here struggling in the mud, just trying to get by. And these folks just walking around, happy as can be, walk in the park. Must be nice. Must be nice. So, we have to get real. We have to be honest in these discussions, or it doesn't matter. If we participate in illusion, if we participate in lies and misrepresent reality, we can never get ourselves into reality because we keep on dipping out into this myth, this storyline that produces an effect in us, but it doesn't help us make progress. The effect that it produces in us when we believe lies usually has a purpose, and it usually has the purpose of reinforcing what we already believe, and therefore justifying what we believe. So when it comes to white happiness, if I sit back and I believe, man, look at these motherfuckers, just always so happy, then that's a good justification for me not to like them. Maybe to hate them because they're so happy and we're so sad. We're struggling so much and they're just loving life. It's not fair. That's why I don't like white people, because it's not fair. Yeah? Happy motherfuckers. Well, that's a lie. And you don't know it's a lie because you don't see your perception of white people is very superficial. Your perception are the ones that you see on Instagram and on E-Online and on TMZ and on Facebook. Okay? Everybody posing, doing their best life. And you've bought into that illusion and think it is true. It is not true. And I know it's not true because I've spent so much time with white people that I know exactly what their lives are like behind the curtain. This is all theater, okay? For all of us. The human condition, Shakespeare said, life is a stage and we are the actors. So true. Every single one of us puts on a mask when we get up in the morning of who we want to represent ourselves to the world to be. I'm confident, I'm bold, I'm daring, I'm beautiful, I'm hot. I mean, whatever that thing that you want to have represent, that you put on, this is your personality. We put that on every day and go out into the world and wear that mask. But is that true? Is this fronting that you were doing, is that true? Is that your true nature? No, it's a representation of, it's the way you want to represent yourself in the world. But we got to take off the mask. We've got to look at the reality of it. And I want to share some proof of what I'm saying. There are a couple of things that I want you to consider. We make a lot of gun violence in the United States. It is epidemic, the amount of gun violence in this country. Relative to just about anywhere in the world. The south side of Chicago's had a higher death count than Afghanistan for a while there. How's a war zone. So it's serious, okay? Gun violence is serious, and it's particularly serious and concerning issue in the black community. But as much as we make of it, the untold story is that over half of gun deaths are due to suicide. 54% in 2021, 54% of gun deaths were by suicide. Okay, over half. And of those suicides by gun death, who do you think is committing the most suicide? I'll give you a hint. It ain't black folks. 70% of people who commit suicide are white males. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think that a group of people who commits suicide at that kind of alarming rate indicates that those are happy people? Do you think that statistic supports this belief that these people are really truly happy when the most powerful people in the world, these white males, are killing themselves at this rate? Must be nice, huh? Must be nice to want to kill yourself all the time. Sad. Despair. Suicide is a symptom of despair. It's tragic. It is absolutely tragic. In my having known people who have attempted suicide, having counseled people who have been thinking about suicide, and knowing, having lost some people to suicide, including family members, I know this stuff, man. And you might know it too. It is sad. There ain't nothing happy about it. So I want you to pay attention to that. The other thing that I want to bring up is I was looking at Facebook. There's a woman who I don't know made a post sharing the results of some weight loss that she recently had. And let me tell you, she had a before and an after picture. And she is a beautiful, blonde, 35-year-old white woman. She's that kind of Barbie, gorgeous, blonde, affluent white woman that a lot of y'all would say, look at this bitch. Yeah, she's that kind of beautiful. Because, and the kind of beautiful where you go, she just kind of glides through life. Every door is open for her. She's got somebody wiping her butt, cooking her food, wiping her butt, exercising for her. She doesn't, she has no stress. That's why I hate these people. Because look at that. I just know she's never had a hard day in her life. That's why I hate these motherfuckers, right? My people are struggling, and look at this white, living this life that I can't live that life. My friends aren't living that life. So we have this, again, this myth, this illusion of how happy and wonderful white lives are. And I want to read this to you because this is the post that she had beneath her before and after picture after she had lost over 50 pounds. Now, she was pretty when she was heavy. She was gorgeous in her after picture. She wrote, I hate myself. I hate how I looked before I lost this weight. And 1 year later, I hate the way I look after. Nothing fits. I hate everything I try on. I'm so uncomfortable. Still don't want to be on camera in a photo. Nothing. These pounds have melted away, but the saggy skin, the stretch marks, the ugly photos are here to stay. I don't work out because I'm embarrassed to even go into our gym. I was even terrified to go back to my favorite trainer. I have zero self-confidence. When I was 150 pounds, I was a pageant queen, a model, a cheerleader, the prettiest girl ever, the one everyone wanted to look like, blah, blah, blah. I could go on. Now that I'm married with 2 kids, I feel worse about myself then than I did 10 years ago. Maybe it's because I don't have a job and I'm running 2 businesses full time. Maybe it's because I cut off my mom. Maybe it's because I feel like a bad mom wife every day. Maybe it's because I'm struggling in my marriage. Whatever it is, I want it gone. And this weight loss just feels like another failure and kick to the gut. Literally. I've never had close girlfriends, but on days like today, I wish I did. Thanks for reading my mumbling if you made it this far. Don't worry, I'm in therapy. I just needed a place to write out my feelings to 50,000 strangers. Okay? She took off the mask and revealed the truth. So, now that you know the reality of what's going on in her head, rather than what you imagined her life to be like, you still want to sign up for that? Is that what you still want? You still want to be that pretty white girl? Let's zoom even further out. This life shit is hard, y'all. Nobody gets out alive. And I will insist that we come into the world screaming when we are born. And for every single human that lives now and has ever lived, with rare exception, we continue screaming throughout our life with these brief little islands of happiness. Less than 200 years ago, Thomas Hobbes, a very famous white writer, wrote, "The life of man, solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. The life of man, solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short." This was a white man not writing about black people. He's writing about humanity, and in particular the white people that he knows and observes. This is tough stuff. And we will not grow ourselves, improve ourselves by holding on to illusion. Please dispense with this illusion that white people are so damn happy, because they are not. And you don't know that because you don't spend enough time with them. The time you spend with them is largely on the phone or on your TV. It's illusion. I'm whitish and I have all kinds of struggles in my life, and wonderful things as well. Life is life. Humans are humans, and every single person struggles. And in my travels, I have been to over almost 30 countries. And some of them have been in developing nations. I've lived in developing nations, in a developing nation. And I can tell you from my experience, I have known happier poor people, families that were fully intact, didn't have beautiful homes, didn't have beautiful cars, didn't have TVs and fancy clothes and all that, but they had each other and they had love. And my experience with them, I left some of these interactions envying them and questioning this life we live in the West, and even questioning more so this illusion of the white definition of happiness, where people are, what did Jay-Z say? More money, more problems? Damn straight. These people didn't have a lot of money, and they had far less problems than the wealthy people that I know. All right. Let's not get it twisted. White people are not living a happy life. They are living the same life that humans do all around the world since humans began. And we are united in our humanity by this struggle. This is common ground for all of us, this struggle to be human, this struggle to be alive. Dispense with the illusion. Be in reality. Peace.